Hello, this is Divine Sunshine. Trying something new. My understanding is that some of you all say you're not able to hear me. I don't know why and what's actually happening, that this is actually occurring, because I know a lot of times, even my mom says, my lab is down in the basement and we have 2 floors, and she says she can hear me all the way on where she's at on the top floor, about me actually talking and what I'm saying. So I don't know how this is kind of coming to the point that it's not being able to hear me. So all I can think about that is just retrograde and then little gremlins that don't. If you're not able to still hear that, put your headphones in or your earphones in and then take it from there. However, this one is going to be, this is my trigger warning. I've been told not to do the current events. I will do the interview with the woman figure, whoever it is that's in the Divine Masculine's life. So I will be upgrading and putting that in as well. So one thing is that I have watched the video of Jada and Will Smith. I've always stated that they are a example or template of how twin flame relationships are going to actually turn out to be, of a unconditional love that the 3D or the old paradigm is not able to withstand or hold in that type of dynamic of a relationship. Being a unique person growing up, many of times that I have had, even in growing up of my religious backgrounds in metaphysics, being non-denominational, it has always been I would say kind of like a struggle, because it always had aligned and parallel with me and my uniqueness and difference. Understanding it has always been taught about watching the words, being able to manifest, using the mind, those things. And I remember even growing up, although this is very good key principles to have, but at the same time it was also something within me made me feel as if it kind of was a little nerve-wracking, because I was like, here it is, it's already unique, I already feel like I don't fit in, and here we have these different belief systems. We were even down to the core of different types of music. I remember one time I was in dance class and they was playing some kind of gospel song, and I didn't know nothing about it. They're like, you ain't heard this song? And I was like, mm-mm. And I remember that day I was upset with that, because I was like, damn, even the songs we have, I was like, these homemade songs, and the songs were more so like songs that were like affirmations and positivity, to ensure and make sure that we keep aligned and keep that high vibration. So it's like, now that just adds on to my differences, my differentness. As I grow up, I understand now. Let me put my jacket on. It's getting cold. The air is back on again. It's going to make me sneeze easy. Now that I have grown up, it has gotten me back into understanding that this uniqueness and being a twin flame adds on to being unique, because I'm not to be looked upon as being like the average Joe. Now, the more and more that I talk and I interact with other people, it's also helped to be brought up the understanding that our ideas about doing things or being are totally different than the average Joe that's out there. And it's supposed to be that way. Understanding that we're not going to be aligning with the people that are around us at times. And I think that's a lot of times that's the divine masculine struggle. A lot of times others are feminine's energies, divine feminine energies, or maybe females as well, can pretty much surpass that or circumvent that. feeling different. It is. But, I'm being shown like a teenager in the same thing. And, it depends on each person. Different is different. Some kind of take to a fish like water and say, yeah, that's who I am. I think about like even in high school, we used to have the gothic people that dressed in golf, all golf thing. And it's like, yeah, I got spiky hair and whatever like that. And I think about one of my friends, Jesse, and got to the point that, he was doing all that stuff. And you see him now, a dad, married, he still finds a way to be his quirky self in his own way. He's Aquarius too. He finds his own way, but it's still how he expressed and how you seen him evolve. And it's like, I can see him saying, don't get it twisted. He's still in here. The punk rock hairstyle, spiky one, is still here. Understanding that, again, also in society, maybe things that happened to him that made him say, okay, I got to kind of adapt to it. But at the same time, I'm still expressing my views and everything that's always a little bit off to the left. It's not always centered. It might be left or center. Taking that back and understanding about the uniqueness, I look at Jada and Will together, and I watched first. What got my interest is because I was on Facebook, and on Facebook there were comments, people making memes showing Will Smith, like when he was played on Fresh Prince, and they were making fun of him and using the dialogue like, why you didn't choose me, why August, that scene that when his father had rejected him and he was supposed to take him, come and pick him up, and he didn't. He's like, I don't need him, I don't need my father. So they changed the dialogue and the what was used, the lines used in the TV episode to put somebody with their own voice, and sounded like Will Smith talking about Jada having an affair with this August person. And understanding that, a lot of them are not getting it, not understanding it. And then also looking at the young lady that I did get to choose, and I shared one of the clean edit one because I thought it was more to it. But when I went on YouTube to watch the Red Table Talk, this other young lady was putting her own dialogue to it, and also was the her own document, her own, it's not documentary, her own thing, whatever she was saying to it, her commentary, thank you, her own commentary to it, which was very interesting. And she was kind of open, Miss Child, you could tell she was open-minded to things, really. She's like, okay, see here, that. The others was talking about it, Will trying too hard to accept what happened, he ain't feeling it, the X, Y, and Z. And then when my mom seen it this morning, she was like, yeah, I you didn't train me well. They're twin flames. I was like, okay. She said, yeah, she's like, I watched the video, and it's like, everybody's thinking with this twin flame thing, it's not going to be any kind of strife or any kind of conflict or anything that's going to run real smooth sailing. And like I said, if you want that, then you want a soulmate, because you ain't going to get that in the twin flame thing. It's going to be, highs and lows, of course, but at the same time, it's going to, if you're looking for it to have, just be a very, very much a fairy tale, soap opera kind of thing, this is not the one. Okay. Okay, for that. But understanding that they have already have gotten an understanding of each other. Even though she said I went, and she showed it, and please make sure that you look, because it's on the community tab. I had did that. How they showed Jada and Will coming to the point that they felt that they had to separate. And in the separation, we tell you all the time, is the point for that person to go find themselves. She said that. She used the lingo, I'm going to go find myself. Which was very interesting that she had stated that, because a lot of people don't understand, and it still be linked to that person. He's like, I couldn't stand you at that point. It's like, I couldn't stand you. He's like, you kiss my ass, you keep on walking. And that's where we was at that point. So that's why she said, I thought you was really giving me my freedom papers for me to go on ahead and to explore, because at that point we had washed our hands of each other. Then comes with the August person, which was actually a friend of their children. Mom told me, she said, I don't know, he remind me childlike. That's all I get is childlike. And she didn't know the backstory. And I was like, yeah, because they are, youth picking up child because he's the same age as one of their kids. And so she's like, oh. So at that time, the reason why Jada and that young man had clicked with each other was because she was throwing a tantrum. She was throwing a tantrum because at that point Will had said he ain't gonna have nothing to do with Jada at that point. In the true fashion of a person, oh, you don't want me? Oh, how about this? Let me show you what I can do. And boy, did she show. So she went on ahead and then had, it started off as a friendship, started off as she wanted to heal him. And I said this before, even with the divine masculine, I picked that up more so into the readings, not picking on divine masculines, but that's the ones that it always comes out on, is these saying they're staying with the karmic because they feel like they can heal. And I state this also saying that, you can't heal anybody. You can only heal yourself. And you can go in there with the understanding that you're thinking the intentions that you're going to heal that other person. And you're going to find you're going to be changed. Now, which way you're going to be changed is up to you. So she went in there. She said that she had some childhood issues. Everybody knows Jada's story pretty much. If you don't, she's got some issues, especially mom growing up issues and that kind of thing. And so then she's like, I just felt like I wanted to heal him because, hurt people, they hurt people, but then they also feel like they could heal people as well, according to the book of Jada. And she went in there thinking that she could fix the young man. And he did come to the family that was sick, and Will was like, that's one of the reasons why physically sick, that they accepted him to the fold. It's like Will say, I took him on as like maybe another son, and you took it to the next level. That was not what I was expecting. And, she called it entanglement, which was very interesting that she had used that term, entanglement. He's like, Will's like, you said what? Almost like my cousin Vinny. The two use. Is that what you said? The use? Entanglement. Is that what you said? Will said, she said entanglement. It's like Will's like, you don't want to call it an affair, you don't want to call it a relationship. She's like, I said entanglement. He said it's a relationship. Okay, if that's what you want to call this a relationship, then. Which isn't true. She got entangled with other energies. She's got entangled with the idea and the concept I'm healing. She got entangled with the possibilities of finding herself into somebody else. That's where the entanglement comes in. Now, a lot of times when we're saying and we're doing that stuff, it's almost that picturing and showing me almost like a gym shoe, or like sometimes I've had like a shirt, they had like all these little fringe on it, and by the time I put it in the wash and I put it in the washer into the dryer, the fringe that it was supposed to be loose and flowing, by the time it does all that, it becomes all entangled in some kind of weird way where you're like, what the hell, how did it all knot up and get all mixed up like this? I can't believe it. From all that tumbling and all that stuff in the wash and that, it has all linked up into one ball. It was a cute little sweater, it had little fringe, but every time I do it, I had to sit up there, and it had a top, they had fringe on the cover and all that, and I had to sit there and comb through all that stuff so it could become loose all over again and become single. Otherwise, that it would do it every time I would wash it. That's what we're talking about as far as with the karmic, and that's why sometimes when the divine masculine and divine feminines are in those karmic third party situations, it's like Grandma said, I got to work real careful to get my hand out in the lion's mouth. I got my hand in the lion's mouth. I got to work real careful till I get it out. I heard it. Correct me. Thank you. That's what we're talking about. That's the entanglement. My energies have gotten so twisted and so involved, they said, involved into this other person, just like a Rubik's Cube. It's going to take a while for me to unknot that. That's just like a knot in your gym shoe. You had it, you're like, I'd be damn, God, dog. You try to sit up there and do all different kind of ways, and like, if I loosen this, then I loosen this gonna be looser. You find out you loosen one side and the other side become tighter. You be like, I'd be damn. So he's like, okay, how about this? I loosen this, and then I tighten this, and I loosen this, and I tighten this. What happens? I be damn. It just got more tight up. So that is why when you're talking to your significant other in these third-party things, this entanglement, that's what they're talking about. It's like, if I do one thing, it's going to go tighter. So let me just kind of relax, surrender into this situation for a while. It might look like I'm really in it to win it. And then by that time, maybe I'll be able to kind of see myself out of this. So that's what Jada had did. She's saying herself out of it. She's like, after a while, the thrill was gone. And I've told you even on this show, when you're dealing with those karmic situations, because that boy was a karmic. He was a karmic because he was there to give her a lesson and a blessing and for her to check herself on out. He gave her a lesson of understanding again that it moved into, it was her dharma. She needed to find her purpose as a wife back over again as to who she was. And it moved into a dojo because after that she had found her actual way, the divine way. I'm a divine feminine. I have fell off of grace. Now I have became a regular. Now I have become karmic. I speak in fluent karmic. I'm doing karmic things. I'm doing karmic ways. Now I am a karmic as a divine. Soon as he fell out in there, and the young man, she started seeing him for a while and said, this ain't working. We ain't on the same vibe. I want to say she might have seen his child, probably some interaction. Those of you all that's been messing with younger people, after a while saying, this was cute at the beginning. I was going through my little cougar stage, but, after a while, like, we ain't got a lot to talk about. I don't want to hear about no 2 chains and all that stuff after a while. You might satisfy me in the bed, but after a while it's like, hold on a second, this all we gonna talk about is 2 chains and TikTok and all that. I'm a 48-year-old woman here. That ain't doing it. And you can't contribute nothing to my bills, my mortgage, my house, my car, my nothing. Okay. But you do get me off, but this is about all we got here. Okay. You up and coming. I'm really helping you out. I mean, it ain't really bothering me because I got the money. I can help you out. I can do this. I mean, I can do this all day. It ain't bothering me. Because I got the money. It will be replenished. This not bothering me. But what's bothering me is that you ain't feeding my soul. What's bothering me is you're not feeding my spirit. What's bothering me is psychologically something is a big hole. What's bothering me is because in my spirit there's that hole. I thought it was you that could feel it. I thought it really actually was Will. Even my divine masculine could feel it. But the more and more I sit in this, I see it's me that I've got to get it together. So at that point, as she said, I went in there to go find myself. And that's pretty much all. She said the classic thing. You got to remember, we are married to our divine counterparts. And when they go off and they with the karmic or third party situations, it's like they're cheating. And I mean, we gonna keep it 100 on here. That's what it feels like. Because you say that's you're not with your rightful person. But you know what? You gonna do like Jada, go find yourself. I'm gonna give you enough leash or whatever it is, just like the retractable, like the little dogs out there I told you in the park. It's going. I know my little dogs. It's going. Go on. Go, princess. Go, butterball. And when it comes to that in that leash, oh, wait a second. I thought I was free. No, you still tell it to mama. Oh. Come on back here, princess and butterball. Okay, mama. I'm coming back. Galloping back. Okay. Okay, I like it. Well, okay, I'm going to have to kind of learn this. I can go like so far from you. Yeah. Okay. And then you got to come back to you. Yeah. Oh, okay. So she kind of found a way and said that I think I found myself. I see really the solution ain't him. I compare you and Will together. And then I said, you know what? There's no place like home. So it brought her back to that. And back to Will, understanding, a new appreciation. She said a new foundation. That's what's supposed to happen each time. It's supposed to come back a little bit more tight, a little bit more stronger. Not a little bit, a whole lot. Thank you, Angel, Archangel Raphael and Michael. That's what's supposed to shift. That's why I say when they go off there, I know it hurts. Trust and believe, I know. But at the same time, you know, if that helps them, well, he say, what don't hurt you makes you stronger, right? If it helps them to understand the difference about my value and what I bring to the table, then I say, roll up your sleeves and get all in it. Get dirty in it. Get all that karmic on you. So you can kind of really see about what's the difference of it. And you should walk out of there understanding the difference between what I'm bringing to the table. Talked to my mom. She said the same thing. She was like, yeah, you'll see. Maybe my dad would have looked and seen, well, what I call Shirley nagging really is her using her critical mind and really seeing that, hey, she's helped me see the holes that I'm not able to see. What I see about her wanting the best and own me like that is like, damn, she my own personal cheerleader. Maybe Shirley ain't that bad. Because when I'm with this one here, she ain't trying to push me to excel myself. She just asked me about money and sex and that's it, and rock and roll. That's it. I'm just using an example. They ain't never got like that. And I'm just using the example there. But it's like, yeah, some part of you saying is true. You know, but my thing is that, you know, that's what you come in there. You should, you know, when they come in there, you know, you don't like them in there. But at least pray, say, when they in there and they come out of it, they come back to me, and let them have a changed mind. Have a more firm foundation of being able to see who I truly am. The divine truth. Remember, I told you. No more the truth, not they truth, because they truth is slanted. That's why I show you about them swords all the time on the slant all the time. You want them to be able to see divine truth. Why did God place me in your world? In your life? Help you to see a new, thank you, a new perspective. Because where you are before, or while you in it before me, before you went into that situation, you weren't seeing. Your divine masculine, divine feminine in those situations, they weren't seeing you for your true value. Jada said at the end of the day, after she's finished with that, she now can see. She said, I'm a believer. We in this for life. You know, I know we said it before, but before I'm in here because what she said, well, we in this for life. Bad marriage for life. I wish I felt hateful. I can see every time. No! Watch the language. Watch the lingo. I know why she said bad marriage for life, because they doing like bad boys for life. I got it from the movie, but I like soon I said, no, great love for life. Great marriage for life. That's why we in it. Because each time we learning, we striving to become greater and greater together. So out of that lesson there, you see that is a nice model. Like if I was teaching online classes with that, I would show them that. They have even brought on that freedom of expression from even to their children. And I know a lot, even my mom say, oh my God, them kids are just all over the place. But you know, that's the way they have been raised. They see their parents. They give them no filters. They give them no limitations. And I'm sure with intention and purpose, they're not putting forth anything in their path to set fear in their words and their choices. All they're saying is, I'm here, explore. I'm here to support you. They express in all different kind of ways, relationship wise, how they express even in their dress. You see that with Jaden, you're like, okay, it's a girl or the boy? What is it? It's a plane. Like I said, it's a bird. What is it? Doesn't matter. That's how I feel like dress. I feel like putting on a dress for prom. That's what I feel like. I feel like putting a skirt on. That's what I feel like expressing. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Don't need to hear parents saying, well, you know, you put that on, you know, a lot of people are not going to accept you for having that dress on. You know, that's not how you're supposed to, society was to do it. Now, I'm sure Will Smith probably maybe he did it because a little bit of his personality, but I think he said he's learned, and I can hear and I'm channeling to him. He said, I've learned not to be able to correct or say those things to them. You know, I let them go on ahead and express. Used to do that in the beginning. He said that out of his own mouth, but he's also channeling that to me too. But I don't do that anymore. I let them go on ahead and express. Some ways I let them go ahead and find that out. You know, it's apparent that way you don't want to be intentional in planting seeds that make them even doubt themselves. I kind of spoke on that on the thing, but I don't know. A lot of people say, I couldn't hear you. So I'm reiterating that point again. Just because they said they couldn't hear the audio on what I said. They are moving off of that where we talked about that new family template where there is no reservations, no limitations. It's just be. And then you learn the world. Not learn the world through my eyes, but you find out the world through on your own. But I'm here to protect and tell you. I can tell you only from my experience what has happened. But I'm not going to tell you and follow the template to say this is what's going to happen. Because as again is going by that old paradigm, that 3D, which is the fear base. Now it's trial by error. Now it's throw you out the nest and you find and you fly on your own. Is it right? Is it wrong? Who knows? But you see them expressing themselves in whatever kind of way they want, and they feel free in doing that. Thank God they were pick the right parents that they got financially, that they support them, have an open mind to them, that allow them to express themselves like that. And I thank God that I had that too as well. So I know how that is. Other people don't have that dynamic. They don't have that expression, and they don't have that experience. And I understand that. I know the difference. I'm not naive to it either. And I don't color everything else like that too, because I know they don't. But at the same time, I'm not going to stop my hustle and flow and not express that and show other people there are other ways to that either. That's what a light worker is. On my next trigger, we're going to talk about that. Trigger warning talk. So I close on this, the saying, watch the video with Jada and Will. See the struggle. Understand in some ways it's always nice to see it's not just you. Thank you, Archangel Michael and Raphael. There's not only, it's just not you. That's how union looks. That's the possibility of that. We get together, but at the same time, one of us want to do. And I want to bring it in our close also with that, because I'm running on 30. Understand there's a dynamic. And I got a new dynamic. I got a new download on that. One is the explorer. One is the lighthouse. I think Benita, she gave me kind of like that. And something I took it from that point on. I heard Benita say it's the lighthouse. Because I'm like, I can't come up with the other word. The one, that person that just sits there and don't go anywhere. And they keep watch at the home. And Benita's voice came in and said, it's the lighthouse. Thank you, Benita. The other one's like Dora Explorer. Jada was the explorer. I want to kind of look and see what life got out there. This don't feel like this is it. Dad was the explorer. My mom was the lighthouse. I'm going to stay here and keep watch. I done already been there. I'm an old soul. I've been there, done that. Dad, new soul. I don't know this. This one I want to go out and explore and see some things. You know I love you and I ain't talking about you. So, okay. But that's it. Jada. Something about her brand new. I want to go out and explore. I want to see this. I want to fall in love with this young teenager, Augusta. And now, do they change roles? Yeah. The explorer sometimes become the lighthouse, and the lighthouse become the explorer, because sometimes the lighthouse saying, hell, I'm cabin fever. I've been watching this damn lighthouse and keeping watch for a long time. Like, okay, I want to go out there. I don't know why I feel Kiki laughed at me. But, you know, that happens too. But that's the dynamic. So I don't want to call it no more runner and chaser. Take that and run with that, because I know a lot of people like to take my things, and that's another thing I'll talk about. A lot of people like to take my words and take it as their own, although I've termed it and I've coined it. But no more runner and chaser. It's the explorer and the lighthouse. And make sure you put that onto that. If that's not ego, I always believe that we give homage to the person that we get our ideas from as well, from that one. God source brought that to me, and I'm bringing it to you, and I was open channel to say that and bring that to you. No more runner and chaser. It's called the explorer and the lighthouse. Okay. All right. I will leave you on that note as well. This is your trigger warning. This one, somebody to trigger you all to, hopefully it'll be like your tower. It will create that aha moment within you that will make you say, ah, I see it. Now I'm ready to make the change, or accept and be open-minded to the new things and new concepts as well. All right, afterwards I'll run my commercial about my love letters. If you want to know what's in the heart of your divine feminine, divine masculine, I suggest that you get your own Divineunisouls letter from your Divineunisoul for only $14. Go to Divineunisouls11.co. All right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you.